Hi everybody, Mark here. I'm back at Walt Disney World, and as you may be able to see behind me, I am at Disney's Hollywood Studios. But I'm not just here to walk around and take in the rides. I have a very specific goal this time around. It's already late in the afternoon, it's almost 5 o'clock, and I have to hit 3 parks today because what we're going to do is take a look at some of the best applications of Pepper's Ghost. Stick around.
Stay alert.
And if you don't know what Pepper's Ghost is, I guarantee you've seen it, even in your regular daily life. Magicians have used this principle for hundreds of years anytime they want to make a ghostly image, an apparition. So have you ever looked out the window of your house around dusk where you can still see things outside but maybe the lights are on inside and you see your own reflection outside the window but you can still see what's outside? Basically, Pepper's Ghost puts a sheet of glass between you and the stage or what you're looking at, and the ghostly image is reflected in that clear sheet of glass. We're going to look at my 5 favorite applications of Pepper's Ghost here at Walt Disney World. And if I miss some, well, you can share them with me down below. We're starting at the Tower of Terror. 20-minute standby, not bad. It'll help me get to all 3 parks. Now the Pepper's Ghost image in the Tower of Terror is going to be when you see the people at the end of the hallway. It's after the elevator shaft gets struck by lightning and they kind of flash on and off that ghostly apparition down the hallway. Later on, we'll talk about how you can recognize Pepper's Ghost. One of the things I like about this attraction has a lot of Easter eggs to the original Twilight Zone. When you're in the library at the beginning, the book To Serve Man is in there. The little fortune-telling machine that William Shatner uses, where he keeps dropping the pennies in, is in there. On the ride, you can see Caesar, the ventriloquist dummy. You may remember that episode of Twilight Zone. The jackpot, remember the jackpot machine that kept calling the man down to play? All of that can be seen in this ride. What other Easter eggs, what other tributes have you seen? Okay, I got a little bit of a problem. One of my batteries was damaged, so the other one isn't charged. So I'm here at the Polynesian. I'm going to take a break, charge my battery. I probably am not going to make it to Epcot. I still have some footage of one of the Pepper's Ghosts. It's at the Nemo ride at the Living Seas. The footage was taken on my phone, so I don't know how good it's going to be, but at least you'll be able to see what the Pepper's Ghost illusion looks like. Okay, I'm done at Trader Sam's. And now I'm heading to the monorail, and I'm going to go to the Magic Kingdom. And that's unintentional, but that is the way Pepper's Ghost works. It reflects that light in that window. And here is the most famous Pepper's Ghost in all of Disney World.
Playful spooks have interrupted our tour.
Every now and then I'm going to jump in. I'm going to interject. I'm going to explain how things are working. We are at the ballroom scene at Haunted Mansion, the big daddy of Pepper's Ghost. Now, the thing you have to understand about Pepper's Ghost is you always have to be looking at your subject matter at an angle. Traditionally, it's a 45-degree angle. The wonderful thing about Pepper's Ghost, first of all, I'm going to guess it is the biggest Pepper's Ghost illusion in the world. At all the Disney parks, at Haunted Mansion's ballroom scene. The people who are dancing, the people who are swinging from chandeliers, they're all either above you or below you. And they are being reflected back in a glass. Why is there nothing at your level? Because you would just see yourself reflected back. That's why we're in the dark. We have to be in the dark in that illusion, or we would see ourselves reflected back. So everything you see here is underneath you, the dancers, or above you, the paintings who are dueling, the people hanging from the chandelier. Next, we're going to head over to the Little Mermaid. This little guy is kind of interesting. What I want you to pay attention to is right where he is walking, you can see the seam of the glass. Now this is the only one of all the crabs that's actually a Pepper's Ghost. And we'll talk about why in a little bit. Matter of fact, if you look carefully, you can see the reflection of all the items in front of the glass are identical. The tongue on the shoe, some of the jewels. So this is a really unique approach to Pepper's Ghost in that not only is the item reflected, in this case, the thing that you want to be animated or you want to be the ghost, the crab, but also some of the items he's interacting with are reflected. Quite unusual for a Pepper's Ghost. Before we visit Pooh Bear, we are going to talk a little bit about how Pepper's Ghost traditionally works and how to identify them. One of the key components that I said of Pepper's Ghost is that glass that's set at an angle. Generally speaking, it's at a 45-degree angle. That means you're looking straight at something, but the thing you're seeing reflected is either off to this side or off to this side. And the giveaway is the seam in the floor. So when you look at Pooh, you can see that seam in the floor. When you look at the occupants of the elevator, you can see the seam on the floor. Do you see what I'm looking at? When you're looking at the crab, you see that seam? So all of those are the giveaways, okay? As we look at Pooh, you see that he's falling asleep, he's dreaming, he's going off into slumberland, and he starts to float away from his self. So that real model is off to our left, behind some of the scenery we can't see, and it's reflecting back at us. But the brilliant thing that they do here is they completely turn off the lights on the main model of Sleeping Pooh, and then they really illuminate the one we can't see that's being reflected back at us. So as that change takes place, it looks like the one disappears and the one appears. And that's actually what's happening. The one that floats away is the reflection. Now, just to step away from Disney, probably one of the most popular Pepper's Ghost we would see in carnivals and midways and sideshows, and it was Zambora, the gorilla girl. And you may have seen this at carnivals that come to your town, and they would say, see a beautiful girl turn into a 400-pound gorilla. It's just Pepper's Ghost. What's happening is you're looking at the girl, either the girl's off stage or the ghost is off stage, and then as the lights change, it looks like she is morphing into the gorilla. Next, we're going to head into Nemo. And the Nemo ride at Living Seas is probably the most innovative. It's very simple. Works the same way. All of the characters look like they're swimming among real fish. If you think of that, you look at that, wow, that's pretty amazing. But what will occasionally happen is a real fish will swim right through them because they're ghost images. But they are so well lit, they look really solid in that aquarium. So where are they? They're above us. They're just like the people who are, swinging from the chandelier in Haunted Mansion. They're projected from television screens above us that are hung at an angle. And so they are reflecting in the glass that's in front of us, the aquarium glass. And if you ever get stuck in there, if you lean way forward and look back over your head, you can see the monitors. And they're moving back and forth and they're reflecting, so it looks like however far away those monitors are from the glass is how deep it looks like they are in the aquarium. So I have a couple of places here where I kind of shown Pepper's ghost. So right there in the living seas, I just happened to be passing by some signs. I think there are signs to the restroom, and if you look to the side, you can actually see them being reflected in the aquarium, almost exactly like the characters from Nemo are reflected in that aquarium. So that's it. Those are my favorite Pepper's Ghost illusions at Walt Disney World. Do you know of any more? It's so popular and it's so effective that Disney Imagineers use it an awful lot. Tell me your favorites. Tell me the ones that you like here. Put them down below, the ones that I've shown you if you think, yeah, I've always liked that one. Or maybe there was one that I missed and you'd like to share it with us. If I find some that I'm not aware of, maybe I'll bring those forward and post them right here in a follow-up video. As always, I love it when you comment. Please give me the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and feel free to share these videos. I'm Mark with the Average Me channel.